Welcome back to the most epic Madden 16 franchise you've ever seen. I'm just kidding. What's up, guys? It's me, Cameron P. on View 22 Gaming. So look at this. Tom Coughlin's old butt finally retired. The Texans fired Bill O'Brien. The Rams fired Jeff Fisher. The Jaguars fired Gus Bradley. And the Dolphins had finally had enough of Joe Philbin's weird-looking face and got rid of him. So, we are into the off-season video now, and we are looking to pick up some secondary, some defense, period. Also, the Colts fired Chuck Pagano, and the Browns fired Mike Pettin. So, lots of big firings there in the coaching realm, and we are looking to get some major secondary and just defense help, period, because we had so many problems throughout the season. But Derek Carr had a great year. Latavius Murray had a great year, over 1,000 yards rushing. He had 15 rushing touchdowns. So I was looking through here to try to see if we had any players of the week through any week in the entire NFL, and it does not look like we did. Gonna keep on cruising here. Oh, there's one in week 15. Third to last week, Derek Carr had one, 25-31, 340 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns. So, had some rushing yards there as well. And then the last week of the season, we had Derek Carr in there. So, that was nice to see. Looking at the yearly awards now for the offseason, Andy Dalton is your league MVP over Peyton Manning, Tony Romo, and Russell Wilson. Jason Garrett is your coach of the year, taking the Cowboys to a 14-2 record. Del Rio was in the running. He was in the top 10. But look at those guys that freaking Dalton beat out for MVP. Unbelievable. So we'll go to the AFC to look at awards. Offensive Player of the Year, Peyton Manning. We did have Latavius Murray on the list there for consideration. Lawrence Timmons will be the Defensive Player of the Year over Brandon Marshall from the Broncos. Of course, we don't have anybody there. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Marcus Mariota. They went 12-4. Cooper with the 8-8 Raiders. I thought Cooper should have won it. He had an incredible year, but no, they do not give it to him. He finished second, so that was unfortunate. Defense Rookie of the Year, Marcus Peters lost to Kevin Johnson. So 2 cornerbacks up for it there. And best quarterback, of course, is going to be Dalton. Carr was actually in the running. I don't know if that's quite accurate. Best running back, Latavius Murray, was second to Le'Veon Bell. Very close, but shows we have A.J. Green was just above Amari Cooper for the best wide receiver in the league. So how in the world is Amari Cooper not the best freaking rookie? I don't know. Anyways, best O-line, we don't have anybody there. Best D-line, let's see. Nope, we don't have anyone here either. Best linebacker, Carlos Dansby. Do we have anyone there? No, of course not. It's a defensive award. We don't have anybody there. Best DB, you dang sure we don't have anybody there. Best kicker, Seabass, was 4th. So we get those guys some legacy points, some XP to try to up them, up their rating and up their attributes and whatnot. So, as far as overall stats, we were 26 in defense. We were 8th in points scored for offense, 33rd in points allowed. So, I mean, I don't know how you're 33rd. There's only 32 teams. But 10th in the league in offensive yards, 26th in the league in defense. Obviously, our big fault is the defensive side of the ball. Look at those stats from Cooper. 2nd in the NFL in touchdowns, 9th in receiving yards. Carr having a great year, 78.4 passer rating. Murray, 1st in the NFL in touchdowns, 6th in yards, 6th in carries. So, I don't know how we didn't get those awards there, but hopefully next year it happens. We are 31st in value. We do have $25 million, so this next season we will go through the process of rebuilding a Raider Stadium in Oakland. I'm keeping them in Oakland. That's where they belong. So first round of the playoffs, wild cards, we've got Ravens at Patriots, Vikings at Packers, Bengals at Broncos, and Redskins at Panthers. I don't know. I'm thinking it's probably going to be Patriots, Packers, Panthers. I don't know. Let's see how this turns out here. So we will go ahead and advance. Oh, look at that XP by Murray. We will advance to the next stage here after re-signing our staff. Let's see who we want to keep. We're obviously not going to keep the level 1 scout, and I'm definitely firing the level 13 trainer. So he was due for a new contract. Obviously, we're just going to not re-sign him. So moving on to the next week, advance to the divisional championship week. So the Ravens beat the Patriots, the Packers beat the Vikings, the Bengals beat the Broncos, and the Redskins beat the Panthers handedly. So it'll be Ravens, Titans, Redskins, Cowboys, Bengals, Steelers, Packers, Seahawks, and another great rematch. So the Ravens beat the Titans, the Cowboys beat the Redskins, the Steelers trounced the Bengals, and the Seahawks win another close one over the Packers. So your AFC Championship games going to be Ravens at Steelers, Seahawks at Cowboys. Who will make it to the big show, the 50th Super Bowl? Let's go ahead and check that out after hiring of the staff and the Pro Bowl week, see who made the Pro Bowl. So looking at staff people that are out there to hire, Dan Winters is a guy that obviously we like to get. A lot of bidding teams, so we're going to try to go a little bit lower. A guy who's not really being recruited, or, a lot of teams aren't bidding on right now. I'm going to give him a fair deal. He's only asking for $90,000 a year, or $90,000 over 3 years, and we're going to give him $300,000. So other scouts here, trying to looking through their scouting specialty, and I'm not really digging it. So I am going to go ahead and stick with Ray Woodall as, as the guy I want to hire as my scout. And we're going to put this up to $500,000 over 3 years. And now, looking ahead to the Pro Bowl week, we can see that we have hired our trainer. So, he took our offer of 3 years, $300,000. So, Carr's not in it. Latavius Murray made it in to the Pro Bowl, his first Pro Bowl. That is awesome for him. Looking at fullbacks here, Reese did not make it. Amari Cooper making it into the Pro Bowl as a rookie with a plethora of great receivers. And Michael Rivera in for his first Pro Bowl. And there was some other great tight ends, obviously. Offensive line, I'm not seeing anybody so far. Going to keep going down the list. No Raiders, no Raiders, no Raiders. On to defense, I would be very surprised to see anyone here from the Raiders. But let's go ahead and check it out anyways. Scrolling down, not seeing anybody, of course not. Why would any Raiders be there? Definitely not any linebackers or D-line. There better not be any DBs. I know we don't have any that are deserving of it. And lo and behold, there are not. And there's no kicker. Marquette King made it in, though, however, as a punter, one of the two in the Pro Bowl. Boogie, oogie. Oh, anyways, here we go. Looking at the Super Bowl. Who's in, who's out, who's going to be in the big game? You'll find out after I finish hiring my staff. So we still need a scout. We got ourselves a trainer. We're going to stick with Jack Del Rio. Looking for a scout, though. Our guy got signed. So this guy just has the Giants bidding on him. His scouting specialty is QB overall. We'll see if we end up needing that. But since none of the guys below him really have anything special that I want, I'm just going to go ahead and go for the top-rated guys. So it is the Steelers and the Cowboys facing up once again in the Super Bowl. My goodness. Super Bowl 50. So we've been doing some scouting. We've been looking for some big-time players. And before we get to that, though, we're going to look at who won the Super Bowl. It is the Steelers in a defensive battle, winning 16-10. Your Super Bowl 50 champions are the Steelers. The Cowboys totally kicked their butts in yards, but must have been turnovers or something because they did not end up winning the game. And yes, there you saw it, 3 turnovers to 0. Time of possession was totally in the favor of the Cowboys, but when you turn it over 3 times, you're going to have a hard time winning any game. So Shane Leclerc, the former Raider, retires. Jason Witten retiring. Matt Schaub. Julius Peppers, Joel Dreesen, Jason Hatcher, some big names here. Charles Tillman, Mr. Peanut. Peyton Manning, the forehead, retires. Tom Brady, Mr. I like to deflate balls, retires. Aaron Foster retires. Justin Tuck, Sebastian Janikowski, the GOAT, Charles Woodson retired. So those are 3 huge holes out of nowhere that we all of a sudden have to fill. So that sucks. Jason Babin retired. Paul Posluszny retired. Steve Weatherford, Josh Brown, Anquan Bolden, and Phil Dawson, for the Niners retired. Devin Hester and Roddy White, and their kicker Matt Brown. So they Matt Bryant. They kind of had a situation like us. And then Andre Johnson, Adam Vinatieri, was Hasselbeck retiring. The entire class of '98 is retired. Carson Palmer is out of the league. He tried to stick around long enough to get another Super Bowl. Did not happen. Fred Jackson is out. James Harrison finally retires. Rashawn Mathis. C.J. Mosley, the defensive tackle, not the middle linebacker. Brett Kiesel finally retires, even though he already did it in real life. Looking here, not a whole lot. Carlos Rogers, a former Raider. Dominic Raiola. Mr. Michael Vick will retire. Reggie Wayne, Dwight Freeney, John Abraham, Wes Welker, Lance Briggs. Man, these are some big-time names going out of the league. Former Raider Michael Huff. Brio Franklin retires. And then there's moves for people, moving different players to different positions. But now we will get into the exciting part of the off-season, which is free agency, signing people, re-signing your own players, and looking to scout possible future Oakland Raiders. So Marquette King is a beast of a punter, young up-and-comer, 84 overall, and that's really just because I got to, upgrade the awareness or whatever. But he wants 4 years, $8.18 million. $8.1 million. We're going to give him $8.8 million. He will take that deal. Very nice. So we retain our punter, Michael Crabtree. He looked pretty darn good this season, looking pretty good in real life as well. Wants 4 years, $16.6 million. It's a bit much, but looking in the cap room, 58.9, and we have $36.7 million in available funds. So let's not be cheap and try to give him something close to that. We give him just a little bit over, and he's not interested. Are you serious? That's why I try to go a little bit over, because it doesn't want to sign him. But even though that's what it says they asked for, and they're predictable, so I don't get that part. Anyways, Jamarcus Webb wants 4 years, $3.96 million. I think that's doable. He's a starting right guard for us, well, albeit not maybe the best guard, but we're going to give him $4.4 million, see if he re-signs, and indeed he does. So Larry Sante, a backup safety for us, wants 3 years, $4.19 million. What can we do for him? I'm thinking I'm going to put this up around 4.65. 4.95 is a bit much, so 4.65, and he will sign. So that is good. So we're getting some of the lower level players here, a lot more of the depth. We have plenty of cap room, plenty of funds. Streeter wants 3 years, $3.03 million. So I'm going to go ahead and look at giving him $3.3 million. Pretty close, should want it. He's not a very high rated player, and he does accept. Kenbrell Tompkins. Let's see what Kenbrell Tompkins wants. He wants $720K for a year. Let's offer $800,000. We didn't really see him show up at all, and he's not interested, so that's not a big loss. I really don't care. Matt McCants, 2 years, $1.67. O-line depth, we don't really have very many people, and he's one of our better backup O-linemen at 74 overall, so let's go ahead and give him $1.7 million. Very close to what he was asking for, and he will re-sign. So Andre Holmes, a 6'4" backup receiver, 3 years, $3.03 million. That is definitely doable. Let's go ahead and give him something close to that. And I'm going to go ahead and put it at $3.3 million for 3 years. And let's see if he accepts that. And he does not. So none of our receivers want to resign, and we go from not really caring about lower level receivers not resigning to not having any receiver depth. So another backup safety here, Brandon Ross, looking to resign him. 2 years, $1.76 million is the asking price. We're going to go ahead and put it at a cool $2 million and see if he resigns. I do not want to lose any more depth, so I'm going a little bit higher. And he does resign. So Ponder is a backup. In real life, he got cut. But in this game, he is a backup for us. I like keeping 3 quarterbacks on the roster. 1 year, $1.68 million. It's a bit much, but backup quarterbacks are hard to find. So, or good backup quarterbacks, I should say. He's a decent backup quarterback. And we will go ahead and get him re-signed. I already said no to Khalif Barnes and said, get out of here, you old turd. I don't want to really re-sign him. Benson Mayowa, let's go ahead and give him $850 million. And he will go ahead and accept that. So, looking at Ray Armstrong, a backup linebacker, 69 overall. I'm going to try to sign him, see what happens, try to keep our depth here, and he will go ahead and re-sign. So, looking at Ross Dowling, trying to keep a little bit of cornerback depth, even though we're looking to upgrade the corners here. we're going to go ahead and offer him $880,000 for 1 year, and he will go ahead and turn that down. So I already got rid of Tony Bergstrom, and Chimney Chekwa wants 1 year, $830,000. Chimney's a decent backup, so we need to sign one of our two. Let's see if he signs this. And he did. We got him. Alright, cool. So we still don't have a scout signed. We're going to go level 28. DB intangible. Thought I might as well go with the DB since we're looking for DBs. You guessed it. And we went ahead and got this scout. So free agents. Let's look at what's available to us. So after losing... what's his name? Charles Woods in the offseason, and losing several cornerbacks and receivers, and just needing to upgrade the defense overall, we're going to look at several different free agents here. And at middle linebacker, Mason Foster is available. Very good player. 79 overall. So we're going to give him an offer here. He's asking for $6 million, 108 bonus over 4 years. Looking at some other linebackers to possibly pick up, Dan Trevathan is another good one that I'd like to look at picking up, 82 overall, and he's asking for 12.8 over 4 years with a 2.8 mil bonus. So we'll go ahead and give him a deal. Looking at left outside linebackers, Courtney Upshaw, Geno Hayes, Keith Rivers. Some of these guys down here are a little bit older, but Junior Villette's 28. Courtney Upshaw, obviously being 26, he's going to get the big bucks. Everyone's going after him. Gillette obviously still has a pretty big asking price on him, but I like the scheme fit much better for Junior Gillette. So let's go ahead and give him a fat deal. Looking at Courtney Upshaw, however, I got a lot of teams that are players and bidding for him. So we're gonna give him just a little bit over what he wants and see where that puts us in the race for teams that are vying for his services. Looking for tight ends. I know Mike Rivera went to the Pro Bowl and everything, but that's because I made him look good. That's not because he's a very good tight end. That's just where a lot of the routes and stuff end up being open in Madden. So I want a better tight end, one who can block, hopefully, and one who can maybe give me a little bit more speed and stuff. Anyways, looking at receivers, since we lost 3 receivers in the offseason, there's Crabtree being a douche. James Jones, 32 years old, former Raider. But looking around, there's not many people here to really choose from. Looking at the list, though, I am going to go ahead and offer Crabtree another deal. See what happens. See if he does end up wanting to resign with us, and we'll go ahead and offer him that deal. So looking at some other receivers, we got Ruben Randall and Mohamed Sanu. I'm going to give Randall a deal. Asking for just under 12 mil over 4 years, so we'll give him 13.5, and we'll make the bonus 6 mil. So we'll see where that puts us. We've already got Crabtree back, so that's good. I like the fact that we got Crabtree back. We have hired our scout. That is good. We got a level 28 scout who's got DB intangible on his list of specialties or whatever. So back in the free agency, let's look at the players that we have bid on, and so we're pretty much at the top of everyone's list as far as money is concerned. So I don't think we're going to mess with any of the monies yet, and let's go ahead and just advance it to the next week. So here is the last stage before we will go ahead and see who is everyone that's signed and do our last round of scouting. So, stage 4 of the offseason. What free agents do you have to offer? Okay, so Courtney Upshaw. The Cardinals have gotten the lead in the bidding over us, but that's not really one I really wanted too bad, so I'm not tripping. Everyone else we're looking pretty good on. So, I think I'm going to keep most of these offers pretty much where they're at. And looking around, a lot of these guys like the contract length and the scheme fit. That's kind of why I went after him. Mason Foster really likes the location and the signing bonus, so that's good. Larry Donald, we're down to the Cowboys in bidding, but like I said, we don't really need a tight end that bad. It's just thought if I can get one with more speed or something to complement Rivera, I thought that'd be nice. Dan Trevathan, think it would be a big upgrade at middle linebacker. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good here. I don't really want to mess with anything, so let's go ahead and keep all these and see who accepts our offers and who turns us down even though we're in the lead for all the monies. And lo and behold, we have signed quite a few amount of players. So, Dane Trevathan accepted. Larry Donald did not accept. However, we picked up Ruben Randall and Junior Gillette. So, Giovanni Bernard's on the trade block, but look at that. Picked up Junior Gillette. Courtney Upshaw, declined our offer, but we picked up Mason Foster, so we have severely upgraded our linebacking core, if you would like to call it that. And as this episode comes to an end, we have done all our scouting. We are ready to get into the draft, and next time we will start the 2016 NFL Draft. So make sure you guys come back for that one. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys on the flip side. Peace.